Ang estate plan ay isa sa mga dapat na pinaghahandaan natin, pero hindi lahat ng Pinoy ginagawa ito. Kung wala ka pang estate plan, manood ka. Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Ang pag-usapan natin ngayon ay tungkol sa estate planning. Particularly, ano ba yung mga myths o yung mga maling paniniwala ng mga Pinoy tungkol sa estate plans. Pero bago ang lahat, I hope ay nakasubscribe na kayo sa ating YouTube channel, youtube.com/readytoberichyt, at nakalike sa ating Facebook page na facebook.com/readytoberich. And with that, simulan na natin. Katatapos lang ng undas at usually ako, ginagamit ko tong opportunity para mag-open ng topic about death sa family ko and sa mga friends ko na rin. Noong mga nakaraang taon, actually one time habang nasa sementeryo kami, nai-open ko sa father ko yung topic ng memorial plans. Natanong ko sila na meron na ba silang memorial plan at kung if ever may mangyari sa kanila ay ano ba yung preferred nila? Kung gusto ba nilang ililibing sila sa casket or gusto ba nila or okay ba sa kanila na makremate. But estate planning goes beyond our last wishes. It will prepare not just ourselves but also our families, especially on the financial aspect of death when that time comes. 12 estate planning myths na pag hindi mo ginawa or nakalimutan mong gawin ay it will cost you time and money. Most Filipinos only think about estate planning when it's already too late. When a loved one passes away and families are left confused, titles are frozen, and bank accounts can't be accessed. At maraming beses ko na ito nakita sa mga kaibigan ko at maski sa mga kliyente ko. Namatay yung magulang or even yung lolo or lola tapos hindi nila alam nasan nga ba yung titulo ng bahay, ano nga ba yung mga utang na kailangan bayaran, meron ba siyang life insurance. But here's the truth. Estate planning isn't just for the rich. Nako, yan talaga yung unang impression kapag naririnig natin yung words na estate plan. Para lang yan sa mga mayayaman, para lang yan sa mga marami ng ari-arian. But in reality, it's all about making sure that your hard-earned assets from your house and your savings and even dun sa mga government benefits that you are going to receive from SSS and Pag-ibig will go to the right people smoothly and without unnecessary stress or expense. In the Philippines, proper estate planning can save your family from delays, legal fees, and even avoidable taxes. Unfortunately, there are still a lot of myths that stop people from preparing early. And today, we will debunk 12 myths. Myth number 1, which I already mentioned earlier, estate planning is only for the very rich. This is the most common myth and, in my opinion, the most financially dangerous. Financially dangerous kasi pag hindi ka nag-prepare for your estate planning, talagang ang dami or ang laki ng gastos ng family mo pag namatay ka. Even if you only own a modest home, a car, or you have savings in the bank, you still have an estate. Actually, lahat ng ari-arian mo, that falls under your estate. And when you pass away, your heirs will still need to file an estate tax return with the BIR before they can transfer your assets. So yes, even quote-unquote ordinary Filipinos need to plan. Estate planning is simply making sure your assets are properly documented and distributed to your family with the least hassle. Myth number 2, if I have a will, I don't need to pay estate tax. This is simply not true because a will expresses how you want your assets divided. Paano ba natin i-distribute yung mga ari-arian mo sa mga naiwan mo? But it doesn't exempt them from paying estate taxes. In the Philippines, the BIR still requires heirs to pay estate tax before transferring titles or withdrawing funds. Even with a valid will, your family must settle taxes within 1 year of death to avoid penalties. Dati sobrang stricto nito pero ngayon may mga banks na they would allow you to withdraw the money already but ikakaltas na nila yung estate taxes dun sa cash na i-withdraw mo. But it's still important to know ano ba yung mga kailangan or ano ba yung expected na estate taxes na babayaran ng family mo. Thus, it's important to prepare your documents early, such as copies of your titles, tax declarations, insurance policies, and bank statements so that the filing process will be faster for your loved ones. Myth number 3, My assets automatically go to my spouse or children. Well, the truth is not automatically. Even if it seems obvious who should inherit, your heirs must still follow a legal process before assets can change hands. For land and property, the Registry of Deeds will only transfer ownership once you have a BIR electronic certificate authorizing registration or ECAR. If there's no will, the family can file an extrajudicial settlement, but that will still take paperwork, publication, and payment of taxes. May kaibigan ako na ganito yung na-experience nila. Walang last will and testament yung tatay, and nung namatay, ang hirap, hindi nila alam kung paano ba hahatiin yung mga properties among the wife and the children. Plus, meron pang chismis no na merong illegitimate child. That illegitimate child, may habol yon. So, you really have to consult with a lawyer to know ano ba yung rules and laws on such cases. Myth number 4, only a lawyer can make a valid will. That's not true. You can actually write your own holographic will, which is a handwritten will that's entirely in your handwriting, dated, and signed. However, if your estate is complex, marami kang ari-arian, and may mga businesses ka pa, it's best to consult a lawyer to make sure that your will follows the formalities required by the Philippine law. Myth number 5, putting my property in my child's name or a joint account avoids taxes. Ginagawa ito ng iba na tinatransfer na kagad nila yung titulo dun sa anak nila or nagjo-joint account sila sa bangko. That is a solution before, but it's not anymore practical today. Simply because standardized na yung tax rate. Yung donor's tax at saka estate tax pareho na. So walang masyadong advantage in donating your assets early to your children. Transferring property early might seem practical, but it has consequences too. Gifts and transfers during your lifetime may be subject to donor's tax, and joint accounts can cause confusion or even disputes among heirs. The law also recognizes compulsory heirs, such as your spouse and children, at kasama ang illegitimate children dito. And they are all entitled to a fixed portion of your estate, whether you like it or not. So, even if you favor one child, they can't inherit everything. Myth number 6, estate planning means giving everything away now. Nako, hindi totoo yan. Estate planning isn't about surrendering control. It's about deciding how and when your assets will be distributed. You can create a plan that protects your assets while you're alive and still ensures your family is cared for after. For example, you can open a trust account with a bank or use life insurance to provide instant funds for your family or to pay estate taxes later. And in fact, getting a life insurance policy is one of the best ways to give your family financial protection against the cost of estate taxes. I-estimate mo na magkano yung babayaran na estate taxes ng family mo kung mamatay ka, and then get an insurance policy na at least that amount ang death benefit. So when something happens to you, yung family mo, your beneficiaries, will receive an amount that will be enough to pay all the estate taxes. Myth number 7, my family can just sort it out later. This mindset causes the most pain. At ito ang reason kung bakit may mga magkakapatid, magkakamag-anak na nag-aaway-away kapag may namatay na lola, lolo, or magulang. Without a clear plan, your family will face long delays in court, disagreements among siblings, and higher costs for lawyers and penalties. A simple will and an updated list of your assets can make things much easier for your loved ones. Remember, clarity today prevents conflict tomorrow. Nako, lalo na yung lupa. Ang hirap hatiin yan equally among siblings, and if you have a last will and testament, ikaw na mismo pwede mong i-indicate doon na if something happens to you, the land should be sold at equally divided yung proceeds doon sa mga magkakapatid. Pwedeng yun yung instructions mo doon. Myth number 8, naming beneficiaries on my accounts is enough. Beneficiary forms are indeed helpful, but it's not always enough. Yes, your life insurance, SSS, GSIS, and Pag-ibig benefits will go to your named beneficiaries. Pero paano yung lupa? Paano yung condo na binili mo or yung mga shares ng businesses mo? Usually, wala namang assigned beneficiary for that. So those will still require legal settlement and title transfers. A will complements your beneficiary forms and ensures everything, including those assets without designated beneficiaries, is covered. Lalo na siguro kung meron kang mga art collection or jewelry, minsan hindi na nila alam kung kanino ba pupunta yan. So with a will, you can definitely name kung kanino ba mapupunta yung mga precious items, jewelry, and other valuables. Myth number 9, estate planning is too expensive. A valid will doesn't have to cost much. Pwede nga libre na yan kung gagawa ka ng holographic will or yung handwritten na will. You can also get help from legal aid clinics, public attorneys, or attend free financial literacy seminars that include estate planning basics. Compared to the cost of court cases or penalties for late tax filing, early planning is actually cheaper. At ang sabi nga nila, sigurado ka namang mamamatay So, might as well prepare for it financially para less stress, less expenses for your loved ones. Myth number 10, I can disinherit my children if I want. Nako, ang sakit naman nun, tatanggalan ka ng mana. But under the Philippine law, your spouse and children are compulsory heirs. That means you can't fully disinherit them unless there's a legally valid cause. For example, there was an attempt on your life or there was abuse as defined by the Civil Code. Ngayon kung mayroon kang gustong ipamana sa best friend mo or mayroon kang gustong ibigay na amount of money to your favorite charity, you have to indicate that in the will, but also make sure that it is part of your free portion. This is the part of your estate that is not covered by legitim. Make sure that you understand these rules. Myth number 11, estate tax is always huge and unavoidable. Well, it really depends on your planning. The estate tax rate in the Philippines is 6% of the net estate after deductions like funeral expenses, unpaid debts, and certain exemptions. With proper documentation and valuation, you can lower the taxable amount. And this is really the advantage of preparing early kasi malalaman mo mariresearch mo ano ba yung mga exemptions na pwede kong applyan para mas bumaba yung estate taxes ko. Timely filing also avoids surcharges and interest. The BIR even offered estate tax amnesty programs to help families settle old obligations. And this is honestly proof that the government encourages compliance and not punishment. And myth number 12, SSS, GSIS, or Pag-ibig benefits and other government benefits will automatically go to my heirs. Indeed, the government benefits that you're receiving, such as yung SSS pension, will transfer to your heirs, but it does not happen automatically. Your beneficiaries must file a claim and submit the required documents, such as the death certificate, IDs, marriage or birth certificates, and other beneficiary forms. If your records are outdated or your listed beneficiaries have changed, your family may face delays or even disqualification. So take time to update your SSS or GSIS, Pag-ibig, and other insurance forms. It's free and saves your family from future headaches. Naku, lalo na siguro yung mga beneficiaries ng life insurance policies mo. You have to review them regularly. So what are the practical steps that you can take today? First, list all your assets and debts. Ilista mo na lahat ng utang mo at lahat ng mga ari-arian mo. So this includes property titles, vehicles, bank accounts, investments, and insurance. Second, update your beneficiary forms for SSS, GSIS, Pag-ibig, insurance, and bank accounts. Third, write a simple will. At hindi kailangan super formal, hindi kailangan sobrang tama yung format niya. Even a holographic will be accepted in court. Holographic will, ito yung handwritten na will. Kung may time ka, ipanotarize mo na rin at sabihin mo sa isang trusted family member mo kung saan siya mahahanap. The fourth thing that you can practically do is to keep your documents organized. At hindi lang siya dapat organized sa isang safe na lugar, but better kung meron ka ring digital copies ito na naka-upload sa cloud para meron kang extra backup and not just in a flash drive or a hard disk. And last practical tip, Talk to a lawyer or a financial planner if you have questions about estate taxes and property transfers. It's very important that you are aware kung ano ba yung existing laws natin para mas makahanap ka ng diskarte at minimize mo yung estate taxes na kailangan bayaran ng family mo. Estate planning isn't about being morbid. It's about being financially responsible. You worked hard for your assets, and the least that you can do is to make sure that they go where they should with as little stress as possible for your loved ones. Don't wait for later. Huwag mo na patagalin yan. Start, draft, create, and develop your estate plan today. A few hours of preparation now can save your family months or even years of heartache, disagreements, arguments, and expenses. And that's the end of our video. I hope ay marami kayo natutunan. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/readytoberichyt. Like and follow our Facebook page, facebook.com/readytoberich. Hanggang sa susunod ulit nating video, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.